Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are learning one of the most powerful features in Django templates, that is template inheritance. This is what helps you avoid repeating the same HTML again and again, like headers, menus, and footers. It helps keep your code clean, organized, and professional, just like real-world web apps. Then we'll build a mini blog layout where multiple pages share the same design using a base template. So let's get started. Template inheritance lets us define a common layout once and reuse it across pages. Now, why template inheritance? DRY stands for don't repeat yourself. Instead of copying HTML headers, navigations, and footers to every file, we write them once in a base template. This will help us avoiding repeat common HTML and maintain consistency. Now let's see what is a base template. A base template acts like a skeleton. The block tags mark places where child templates can insert their own content. We will see this when we take the example. So here is a basic structure of a base.html file, which can be used as a base file. So here we see that we use the block and end block to create customizable areas, and whatever the child wants to inherit you can put inside the block content tags. Then when we come to extending base templates, there are child templates. Child templates inherit everything from the base template, and also they can have data of their own. So the extends tag must be the very first line in a child template. So you should start by saying extends base.html. So if this is your child template, it means that everything in this base.html file will be inherited and will be accessible or can be used in this child template. And the child template can also have its own data that it wants to display. Now we'll go to the CodeChef platform and build a simple example of a mini blog layout where we will have a base.html file, which will be our base file, where we'll define the header, the navigation, the footer, and things like that. And then we will have a post.html file, which is the child template, which will extend the base. That means it will inherit everything from the base, and also we will add its own contents. So let's go to the CodeChef platform. So here on the CodeChef platform, I have a project that I have already created for you here. If you look at the file explorer, we have a project called blog site project, and under this we have an app called blog site app. And under this template section, you can see that there are two templates. One is base.html, which is the parent template or the base template. And then we have this post.html, which is the child template, which will inherit the content from the base template. And then as usual, we have our views.py file and also the urls.py file. Alright, now let's take a better look at this base.html file. So this base.html file holds the shared HTML, the header, the navigation, the footer, and things like that. And we can notice how we create blocks for titles, headers, navigation, content, and the footer. So here you can see that we have its own contents, like the title you can see, which is my blog, and we enclose it within this block and end block tags. And then you see this is the style or the CSS part of it in order to style our page in a certain way. You don't have to worry about the CSS part of all these things. Just know that this is the style that we are applying for the page, and this can be inherited as well to the child template. Now here, if you come to the header section, you can see again we have enclosed the header part also within the block tags, and you can see the navigation bar is also set up here with home, about, and contacts, and you can see this is also enclosed within the block tags. Now whatever is enclosed within this block tags, it can be inherited by the child template. That means the same things can come in the child template as well. And then if you come to the main section, you can see that we have this block content and again another end block here, and here it says this block will be overridden by the child templates. So whatever content you want to put for the child template, that can come over here. So the remaining portion will remain the same, or it can be inherited by the child, and the own content of the child itself will come over here. Okay, and we have the footer as well, which also can be inherited by the child template. Now let's come to the child template, which is post.html. Now in post.html, we are going to extend the base.html file. That is why this line is very important. So you have to say extends followed by the name of the file that you are going to extend within double quote. So base.html is our base template or the parent template which is going to be extended. So everything from the base template will be inherited here. So all those styles, the headers, the navigation bar, the footer, everything will be inherited by this post.html file, and that also will be shown in the post.html page when we access it. Alright, now we see it has its own title. We have given its own title like welcome to my blog within the blog title tags again, and we have this own header which is again welcome to my blog, and then this is the blog content part. Notice what we have inside this blog content. We have a header saying latest post and 3 list items saying first blog post, second and third blog post. Okay, and we end the blog. So whatever is written here will be overridden where in the base template over here. Alright, let me also quickly show you the views.py file. So in the views.py file, you can see we have defined 2 views or 2 functions, one for the home which will call the base.html file, and another for the post which will call the post.html. So if you look at the urls.py file, you can see that if someone accesses the home page, then the home view will be called. And home view, what does it do? It calls the base.html. And if somebody types post after the homepage URL, then we call the post view. And where is post view? This is the post view, and post view, what it does is it will call the post.html template. Okay, so let's run this and see how it works. So I click on the run button here, and we can see that the server is starting, and you can see here on the right hand side that our home page has loaded. Now this home page is basically the base.html file with all the content from the base.html. So all the styles, the color, everything that we have defined from here has shown up over here. Okay, now let me also go to the URL and type /posts and press enter. So you can see that the post template has loaded here. Now if you look at the post.html file, we can see that the content was only this welcome to my blog which has come up here, and this header saying latest post which is this, and first blog post, second blog post, third blog post which has shown up over here. Now this navigation bar, the menu, the footer and everything, it came from the base.html file because the post.html has extended it and it has inherited all those content from the base.html file. So that is how template inheritance works in Django. So we can see that this helps to keep our code clean, organized and professional. And you don't have to repeat the same things again and again. So if we did not have this feature, then even for the post.html file, you would have to write all the code for the headers, the navigation, the style, the menu again and again. So we understand that this is a very powerful feature of Django as well as a very useful feature of Django that helps us organize and keep our code clean and professional.
Great work today. You learned how Django lets us build reusable templates using template inheritance. This is used in every real Django app, from blogs to dashboards to e-commerce sites. Now go try the practice problem on CodeChef for this lesson, build your own templates and extend them. In the next lesson, we'll continue leveling up your Django front-end skills. I'll see you in the next one.